Today, we have some breaking news regarding the ongoing conflict between Ukraine and Russia. According to Reuters, the top U.S. general, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff General Mark Milley, has reaffirmed that Kyiv has been asked not to use military equipment provided by Washington to conduct attacks against Russian territory. This policy is crucial to prevent a direct clash between NATO and Russia. Milley emphasized this during a press briefing at the Pentagon. Let's dive into the details. Milley's remarks followed a cross-border raid in Russia conducted by a neo-Nazi group operating within the Ukrainian armed forces and collaborating with Ukrainian military intelligence. Denis Nikitin, the leader of the Russian Volunteer Corps, which reportedly consists of Russian citizens, including some members of the neo-Nazi Azov battalion who fought for Kyiv during the Donbass War since 2014, confirmed that his men utilized U.S. equipment, specifically two M1224 Max Pro armored vehicles, commonly known as MRAPs, during the raid. The assault also involved members of another militia, the Freedom of Russia Legion. Russian officials claim that the terrorists launched mortar and artillery attacks on civilian infrastructure in the Belgorod region. While Ukraine's military intelligence hints at their involvement, they haven't officially taken credit for the attack. However, leaked documents, known as the Discord leaks, suggest that Ukrainian President Zelensky's regime had plans for similar operations using these Russian volunteers equipped with NATO weapons. The New York Times reports that U.S. officials believe Ukraine was behind the recent raid and even an attempted drone strike on the Kremlin, which Moscow believes was an assassination attempt on Russian President Vladimir Putin. These officials also hold Ukraine responsible for a series of assassinations and covert attacks within Russia. Furthermore, the deputy head of Ukraine's main intelligence directorate also admitted that they are actively attempting to assassinate Putin and other Russian officials. Kyiv maintains that the Belgorod raid was conducted without involvement from Zelensky's intelligence and military services. However, the special representative of the Freedom of Russia Legion, Ilya Ponomarev, stated that the group received the quote-unquote green light from Kyiv for the attack. The claims made by Nikitin have been substantiated by pictures and videos shared by the Russian military. Interestingly, when asked about the militia's use of US-made hardware, Milley refused to draw any firm conclusions. He stated that he couldn't confirm whether the equipment was indeed US-supplied or the nature of the attack. However, he did mention that they had asked Ukraine not to use US-supplied equipment for direct attacks into Russia. Reuters, on the other hand, was able to confirm the location of damaged US-made military hardware, such as Humvee military trucks, shown in the video, though they couldn't verify the date it was filmed. It's worth noting that while Kyiv has pledged not to use long-range weapons provided by the US to attack Russia, leaked documents reveal that Zelensky has different intentions. The Washington Post recently reported classified U.S. intelligence documents showing Zelensky proposing audacious actions such as occupying Russian villages, bombing a pipeline, and even longing for long-range missiles to hit targets within Russia's borders. Despite these revelations, the Joe Biden administration has approved plans to transfer F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine. Biden claims to have received Zelensky's assurance that these jets will not be used to attack Russia. However, some members of the U.S. Congress, like Representative Jerry Nadler, have expressed hawkish views and wouldn't mind if Ukraine used the jets in an offensive manner. In response to Western countries' plans to send F-16s to Ukraine, Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Alexander Grushko admonished the alliance, stating that such escalation carried colossal risks. When asked about this warning, Biden responded with a stern quote, "It is for them." Milley clarified that these restrictions are primarily aimed at preventing a direct conflict with Russia, as the ongoing hostilities are viewed as a Ukrainian war rather than a battle between the United States and Russia, or between NATO and Russia. Why is that? Because we don't want, this is a Ukrainian war. It is not a war between the United States and Russia. It's not a war between NATO and Russia, Milley said. However, the general's assertions appear inconsistent when considering the substantial financial support provided by the U.S. to Kyiv in this proxy war, totaling $113 billion. The explicit objective of Washington's Ukraine policy, as stated by Pentagon Chief Lloyd Austin last year, is to actively quote-unquote, weaken Russia, casting doubt on the notion of non-involvement in the conflict. The White House has been shipping various military assets, including Bradley armored fighting vehicles, longer-range rockets, Patriot missile systems, and M1 Abrams tanks, to the Ukrainian battlefield. The CIA is reportedly conducting sabotage attacks on Russian infrastructure, and the Pentagon has indirectly supported Ukraine's drone strikes deep inside Russian territory. Furthermore, the UK has armed Ukraine with depleted uranium munitions, which are being fired at Russian troops using British tanks. The UK has also equipped Ukraine with Storm Shadow missiles, with a range of over 155 miles, to be used with MiG-29 warplanes provided by NATO members Slovenia and Poland. Additionally, a mix of NATO commandos, US troops, CIA operatives, and special operations forces are on the ground in Ukraine. As tensions escalate between Ukraine and Russia, the situation remains volatile. The actions and statements from all sides will undoubtedly shape the course of this ongoing conflict. We'll continue to monitor the situation closely and bring you the latest updates. Stay tuned for more news. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.